All right, welcome in. What are we doing today? Well, I just got done printing this and add a request, and we're going to try and pour it a couple ways. Just for comparison, it's a little bit bigger than a standard round. I wanted 2 inches across. And bonus points if you can tell me in the comments what constellation that is. So that's what we're going to get ready. I'm going to try and pour it 2 ways, something like what Cartier did on one of his recent pours, where I'm going to pour it in from the side rather than through the top sprue. I'm also going to maybe try to pour it as an open pour. We'll see how it turns out each way. So we'll be back in a bit. All right, so we got our molds ready. We've got the closed pour. We're going to pour in from a side port. And we got an open pour. This one's probably going to take a little bit more than this one for the actual round, though this one's going to take more because of the sprue. So we'll get the silver melted, and we'll give these a try, see how they turn out. I'll be back. All right, looks like we're molten, so we'll grab our tongs here, try it, give it a try. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, that I might not have enough for that one, even though I put in an extra ounce. Well, we'll hope that this one comes out. How are we going to do this? Now we can see this one just kind of pooled to the side and really didn't have enough weight to get down into the indentations. So we'll clean that one up, get the sand off it, and it'll go back in the remelt pile. Yeah, that one got an entire one star to come out on it. So let's hope that this maybe came out. Now they did kind of come out, but I'm really not sure that this is what she was envisioning. I'll go clean it up the rest of the way. Yeah, they haven't completely cleaned it up. It still has the sprue on the back, but I am just not sure that this is going to be what she's envisioning. So I'm going to send a picture. I could envision a hole somewhere right in here to hang that way. This is burnished. I think in order to really see the pattern from any distance away, probably should get toned, a darker tone, and then polish off just the tops of what are supposed to be the stars, so that they kind of shine silvery in a dark background, kind of like night sky. So anyways, there we are. I will potentially be back later. This may never never see publishing, but we'll see what they say. Alrighty.
One eternity later.
I've done exactly what she asked for. So here's how it turned out. So you do have your hole there to string your chain through. It is polished, and it's as polished as I can get it with my limited setup. Now, when I burnish something, like with a burnish wheel, it actually shows up like this one. This is burnished. It's not polished, so it's more of a matte finish. So you can kind of see the difference there. I burnished this one first, and then used what I have available to do polishing on it. And this is how it turned out looking. So let me know what you think of it. The edge, I did do a little bit of hammering on it, but it wasn't turning out how I wanted it. So I went back. It does have just this little tiny void here along the edge, which, unless I really ground this down, I'm not going to be able to get rid of that. But it is smooth to the touch. So I did go back with a sanding wheel and sand the edge. Never going to be able to get rid of, you can almost see some fine lines here. So you don't notice them as much in prints like your pups, but this is from the 3D printing, and that's as fine as I can make the printing, but you still get those lines kind of in large flat areas, and they don't really sand or polish out. I mean, when you get this, you'll feel it. It feels smooth. You don't feel those lines, but you see them. But so for this, it is 2 inches. So for comparison, I mean, you can see it's bigger than a silver dollar. So so we're sending this off. I did 3D print up one of the stands. I wanted to make sure it fits. Here's the medallion. So let's see. It looks like it just fits, just clearance there at the bottom. So that's going to sit in the stand. If she wants to put it in the stand, it will sit there. So you can probably hear the 3D printer over there. Let's take a look at the case we're printing.
Well, we're getting the case for it printed up.
It always interests me sitting here watching what patterns the algorithms take for it. You know, the fastest way to print stuff. It just fascinates me sometimes. All right, well, that will be it for this pour. Thanks for joining me. And we'll get this once the case gets done printing. Those cases take about 6 to 7 hours to print in total. So once it gets done printing, we'll get it all packaged up and shipped out to the new owner. And I appreciate you for joining me watching this pour video. I always appreciate the subscriptions and comments below, and I will catch you in the next one.